So to start off with, we're just going to make the vertical grading editor full screen, so you can go ahead and do that now. And then we're going to just zoom in a little bit more so we can see what's happening with the design. So first of all, the instantaneous grade, the incoming grade of the left edge of bitumen and the outgoing grade of the left edge of bitumen are being calculated, and then the software every 200 mil is then picking up the elevations for us, and you can actually see the chainage down the bottom of 10 for the start and 10 towards the end. So this is the extent of automation that we set in the previous form. So if you want less automation, you can simply put in a smaller value. Now we checked the box which also said fitted vertical curves. So if the software can connect the two grades, ingoing and outgoing, within that particular area, then it will put a single vertical curve. If it can't, then it will put reverse curves. As soon as you make any kind of edit to this, the auto design will be turned off and keep internal design will be turned on. So if you do decide that you want to make edits, just be aware that you will need to come in and possibly change that back to automatic redesign, because the software will no longer update this part of the design if you've got it set to keep internal. We're just going to click on cancel. In regards to the string itself, we're just going to close down the vertical grading editor. The string is subject to the same controls that we use for road strings and network strings, i.e. if we'd like to delete it, it can be deleted from the design using the delete road object button. If we want to rename it, we can rename it using this particular tool. And again, just to reiterate, if you're using Civil 3D, make sure you use this tool to rename your alignment. When we created the knuckle string, we also used a spacing of 0.2. Now if we wanted to go and amend that value, unfortunately we're not able to after the initial creation. It could be that you've put in a value that's particularly large and therefore you do not get the detail as you move around very small radius values, or that very small value of 0.2 is actually too dense for where we have long straights. To change it, the only way that this can be done is via the road strings edit panel and using resample sections. So we're going to click on that button and then left click close to our alignment for our parking bay. In the form we have the option to increase or decrease the spacings for any of the straights. So at the moment the straights are at 0.2 and maybe that's a little bit too small, so maybe set that to a meter. The 0.2 is really to give us that nice detail around these very small radius values here, so maybe we'll keep that at 0.2. So you're able to go in and refine the values after creation, but only through this particular form. To show you how this looks, we're going to click OK and then open up the vertical grading editor. You can see there through the straight we've got much less detail, but it's not required because it's a straight. So using resample sections is the way that you can manage your knuckle spacings after you've created it. Just going to close down the vertical grading editor. Let's have a quick look at the design in Model Viewer.